Welcome to today class of nonlinear vibration. So, we are discussing about the nonlinear force vibration of single and multi degree of freedom systems. So, already we discussed about the free vibration of single and multi degree of freedom system. Unlike in case of linear system, so in case of nonlinear system as superposition rules are not applicable. So, here different resonance condition has to be studied and one has to study this multi degree of freedom system from by studying the single degree of freedom system or by using the analysis what we have studied in case of single degree of freedom system. Same principle can be used for studying the multi degree of freedom system. So, in the previous class we have studied about the Duffing oscillator or force vibration of Duffing equation with cubic nonlinearity. So, today class will study the Duffing equation with both cubic and quadratic nonlinearity. Considering both cubic and quadratic nonlinearity, we will study the response of the system. So, first we will briefly review about the Duffing equation with cubic nonlinearity. Duffing equation with cubic nonlinearity. So, here we have taken. So, the equation can be given in this form, that is u double dot plus omega 0 square u plus 2 epsilon mu u dot plus epsilon alpha u cube. So, this is for free vibration equal to 0, and in the force vibration case we have considered two cases. So, in the first case we have taken this forcing equal to epsilon f cos omega t, and in the second case we have written the equation motion in this way, u double dot plus omega 0 square u plus 2 epsilon mu u dot plus epsilon alpha u cube equal to f cos omega t. So, in the first case, as the forcing term is one order less than that of the linear term, that is omega square. So, we have studied only the principal parametric resonance in this case, but in the second case, as this forcing term f cos omega t is of the same order as that of the omega 0 square u, that is the linear term. So, in this case last class we have seen we have two more different type of resonance condition. So, one condition is the superharmonic resonance condition, superharmonic, and second case we have studied is the subharmonic resonance condition. Subharmonic resonance condition. So, in case of cubic nonlinearity, already we have studied about the principal we have studied about the primary resonance condition. So, in case of primary resonance condition, omega, that is the external frequency, nearly equal to this natural frequency or the linear frequency of the system, and in case of the subharmonic we have so when this so in case of subharmonic and superharmonic we have seen depending on the nonlinearity, that means in this case we have cubic nonlinearity. So, we have the resonance condition like this. So, omega 0, or we can write this external frequency equal to, in one case this is equal to 3 times omega 0, in the other case or nearly equal to 3 times omega 0, and in the second case it is equal to 1/3 omega 0. So, in this case as the natural frequency is less than, that is 1/3 of the frequency. So, this is the subharmonic resonance case, and in this case this natural frequency is nearly 3 times the external frequency. So, this is the superharmonic resonance case. So, we have studied the resonance condition in case of the cubic nonlinearity for these resonance conditions. Also, in addition to the system having single frequency, one may have multiple number of frequencies. So, in case of the system having multiple frequency, that means multiple forcing parameter, or let us take two forcing parameter. In that case, the first equation can be written u double dot plus omega 0 square u plus 2 epsilon u mu u dot plus epsilon alpha u cube equal to epsilon f 1 cos omega 1 t plus epsilon f 2 cos omega 2 t. So, in this case, so one may in addition to this principal and superharmonic subharmonic resonance condition, we can get a number of other resonance conditions also. So, we have studied those resonance condition in the last class, and to recall what we have studied. So, one may refer the equations what we have obtained. So, in case of principal parametric resonance, we obtain these are the reduced equation, and from this reduced equation we got the frequency response equation. So, this is the frequency response equation for the steady state condition. So, in this case we have obtained a equation in which it is quadratic in terms of sigma and sixth order in terms of A. So, easily one can solve this equation, this quadratic equation, to get the frequency amplitude relation. So, in case of the frequency amplitude relation, and also one can have the response, that is u in this form, that is u equal to a cos omega t minus gamma, where a is the amplitude. So, this amplitude one can obtain from this by using this expression. So, this expression here mu is the damping parameter, sigma is the detuning parameter, alpha is the coefficient of the cubic nonlinearity, omega is the natural frequency or frequency of the linear part of the system, A is the amplitude of oscillation, f is the external amplitude of the external forcing. So, using this thing, so we obtain the response equation by solving that equation. We can write the sigma in terms of A, and using this equation one can study the response of the system. So, the purpose of recalling this equation is that while we will solve for the system with both cubic and quadratic nonlinearity, we will get a similar equation whose solution also will give us or give rise to this type of response, where the response may be of softening type or of hardening type depending on the value of alpha. So, if alpha is positive, one can get this hardening type of response, and if alpha is negative, one can get this softening type of response. So, these correspond to alpha equal to 0. So, where the response is linear type. So, in this case we have already discussed about the jump up and jump down phenomena. Here, while reducing the frequency, the system may, so one may observe the jump up phenomena, or while increasing the frequency, the system will follow this path, and from the trivial response one will get the non-trivial response of the system. So, already we have discussed about the stability analysis. So, one can perform the stability analysis by perturbing the reduced equation and finding the eigenvalues of the Jacobian matrix. So, if the eigenvalue, the real part of the eigenvalue is negative, the system is stable, otherwise the system is unstable. So, in case of Duffing equation with quadratic Duffing equation, so this is quadratic nonlinearity, and here we have taken the hard excitation, that means this coefficient, the forcing term and this linear part of the, or the coefficient of the linear part, they are of the same order. So, if they are of the same order, then when we use the method of multiple scale, so this term will appear in the order of epsilon, and so we can have the particular solution in addition to the free vibration term, or in addition to the complementary part of the response. So, u0 will contain this complementary part plus this. So, this part is the complementary part. So, this is the complementary part, that is u2, this when we will put this homogeneous or right hand side equal to 0. So, we will get this is the solution, and when we are considering the forcing term, we have this part of the solution. So, now substituting this equation in the other equation. So, one can see that two different type of resonance condition will be obtained depending on the. So, this will lead to one type of resonance condition and this will lead to other type of resonance condition. So, we have two different type of resonance conditions. So, we have studied the superharmonic. So, in superharmonic case this 3 omega equal to omega 0 plus epsilon sigma, and in this case we have obtained the solution of the system which can be given by this. So, the free vibration part, that is A cos 3 omega t minus gamma, shows that the response, the free vibration will have a periodic solution or periodic response whose frequency will be 3 times that of the external frequency of the system, and this part is the force vibration, or this part due to force vibration of the system. Similarly, one can study the stability and this expression, this is the expression for frequency response curve. So, using this equation one can plot the frequency response curve of the system. Similarly, in case of subharmonic resonance condition, where one can take this omega equal to 3 omega 0 plus epsilon sigma and obtain the reduced equation and the frequency equation, and in this case also the free vibration part will contain a frequency which is 1/3 of the natural 1/3 of the external frequency of the system. So, let us now consider the case when we have, or we will consider the case when we will consider both the cubic and quadratic nonlinearity. So, today class particularly we will study about 3 different cases. In one case we are going to study the Duffing equation with both. So, Duffing equation with both cubic and quadratic nonlinearity. Quadratic nonlinearity. So, here we will discuss about the primary resonance condition, and it will be left as an exercise problem to study the subharmonic and superharmonic resonance condition. Second, we will take another system, that is self sustained oscillation. So, here we will take a van der Pol type of equation. So, self sustained oscillation. So, we will discuss about the self sustained oscillation of a single degree of freedom system. Third, we will consider a 2 degree of freedom system with force vibration. In all these 3 cases, we will study the force vibration response. So, in the first type, Duffing equation considering both cubic and quadratic nonlinearity, the equation can be written in this form, that is u double dot plus 2 mu u dot plus omega 0 square u plus, let me take, this is the quadratic nonlinearity, alpha 2 u square plus alpha 3 u cube. So, let us take the forcing term. So, the forcing term can be written in this form, that is, so let us take the forcing term, we can take of the different order. So, let us take it is of the order of epsilon square f cos omega t. So, let me take this damping of the order of damping, we can take of the order of epsilon square, and this quadratic nonlinearity, let us take it of the order of epsilon, and this cubic nonlinearity, let us take of the order of epsilon square. So, we can order this thing, so of the order of epsilon square. So, one may actually note that depending on the problem, so one can order the coefficient of different nonlinear parts. So, in this case we are considering the system where the damping is of the order of epsilon square, then we have taken the forcing term is also of the order of epsilon square, quadratic nonlinearity of the order of epsilon and cubic nonlinearity of the order of epsilon square. The purpose of making this ordering is that when we apply the method of multiple scale. So, in the first order, that is in the order of epsilon to the power 0. So, we can have a equation which so in that case we will get a solution or we will get equation d 0 square u 0 plus omega 0 square u 0 equal to 0. So, in this form, so right hand side we will get a term 0. So, it will lead to the free vibration response, or the solution will be simple, or the solution u 0 we can write as we did in the previous case. It will be a u 0 equal to a cos omega 0 t, or we can write using this exponential form, that is a e to the power I omega 0 t plus a bar e to the power minus I omega 0 t. But if you are making this forcing term of the same order as that of the linear term, so in that case in the right hand side one will have this equal to f cos omega t. In that case, in addition to this free vibration part or in addition to the complementary part, one can add this particular integral. So, depending on actual nonlinearity of the system, one can write this equation by using different ordering, and in that case one can get a set of a wide range of equations, and by solving those equations one can get the actual response of the system. So, in this particular case we are considering a simple condition in which we have taken this damping of the order of epsilon square, damping and forcing, and this cubic nonlinear term of the order of epsilon square, and this quadratic term of the order of epsilon. So, in that case we can take the solution u t epsilon. So, here you note that this epsilon is the parameter. So, u t epsilon by using different time scale, that is t 0, t 1, let us take up to t 2 by taking this 3 time scale, where this t n is nothing but epsilon n t. So, where epsilon is the bookkeeping parameter and t is the time. So, we can write this u t epsilon equal to u t 0, t 1, t 2, higher order terms also one can add, plus epsilon u 1, which is a function of t 0, t 1, t 2, plus epsilon square u 2, t 0, t 1, t 2. So, one can add the higher order terms also. So, by taking this u equal to in this form, so by as we are considering the primary resonance condition, so we can take the external forcing equal to omega 0 plus epsilon square sigma, where sigma is the detuning parameter, and proceeding in the previous case as we analyzed in the previous case, by substituting initially this equation in this original equation and separating of the order of different order of epsilon, we can get different equation. One such equation is written here. So, and then proceeding further, so we can get the reduced equation. So, here the reduced equation one can get in this form, that is a dash will be equal to, so this is d a by d t 2. So, it is equal to minus mu a plus f by 2 omega 0 sin gamma, and a beta dash will be equal to 9 alpha 3 omega 0 square minus 10 alpha 2 square by 24 omega 0 cube a cube minus f by 2 omega 0 cos gamma. As we did in the previous case, here to so we can instead of writing this beta dash, we can write in terms of the gammas. So, we will use this gamma equal to sigma t 2 minus beta, and this second equation we can write in this form, that is a gamma dash. So, here actually it will be a dash will be equal to sin beta and beta, and we can write in terms of gamma. So, A gamma dash we can write in first equation, A dash equation will, so gamma dash will be equal to, so we can write, so this is actually this equation will be sigma beta minus beta. So, it will be sin sigma T 2 minus beta, this is also cos sigma T 2 minus beta. So, to eliminate this time term or to write in its autonomous form, so this is written in non-autonomous form, that is in terms of t. So, to eliminate or to remove this t, we can use this equation in their autonomous form by introducing this gamma. So, gamma equal to sigma T 2 minus beta. So, if you will introduce this thing, so this equation, the first equation will become A dash equal to minus mu A plus f by 2 omega 0 sin gamma, and the second equation. So, we can differentiate this thing with respect to T 2. So, this d gamma by d 2 will be equal to sigma minus beta dash, and substituting this equation we can write this A gamma dash will be equal to A sigma minus 9 alpha 3 omega 0 square minus 10 alpha 2 square by 24 omega 0 cube A cube plus f by 2 omega 0 cos gamma. So, these two reduced equation for steady state condition, one can write this A dash tends A dash equal to 0 and this gamma dash equal to 0. So, by putting A dash equal to 0 and gamma dash equal to 0 for steady state condition, so one can get the frequency response equation. So, one may note that if one compare this equation with that of the cubic nonlinearity, so one can see that this equation is similar to that of cubic nonlinearity, in which we have this A dash equation equal to, so A dash equation was minus mu A plus half f by omega 0 sin gamma, and this A gamma dash equal to A sigma minus 3 by 8 alpha by omega 0 A cube plus half f by omega 0 cos gamma. So, by comparing, so this equation is for the system Duffing equation with cubic nonlinearity for a similar type of oscillation. So, comparing this equation with the previous equation, one can note that this alpha can be substituted by alpha 3 minus 10 by 9 alpha 2 square by omega 0 square. So, what we have studied before. So, in case of the system with cubic nonlinearity, if this alpha become negative, so we can have softening effect, and if alpha is positive, then we have this hardening type of effect. So, from this equation we can see if the right hand part, this part, that is 10 by 9 alpha 2 square by omega 0 square greater than alpha 3, then this part always become negative, and in that case we can have softening type of response. So, in case of softening type of response, if one plot A versus sigma, so the response curve will be like this. So, in this case we have a softening type, that means it tends towards or tilt towards the lower frequency range, and in case of hardening type of response, the tilting will be towards the higher frequency range. So, in this case what we have seen, so if this 10 by 9 alpha 2 square by omega 0 square greater than alpha 3, that means this part becomes negative, alpha becomes negative. So, we have softening type of response. So, if this is equal to 0, so alpha 3 equal to 10 by 9 alpha 2 square by omega 0 square, that means if one take the nonlinear term in such way that this alpha 3 equal to 10 by 9 alpha 2 square by omega 0 square. So, in that case this alpha becomes 0. So, alpha equal to 0 means, so we have a linear response of the system. So, the system behavior will be that of a linear system, that means irrespective of the value of the quadratic and cubic nonlinearity. So, the system will behave as a linear system. So, if alpha 3 equal to 10 by 9 alpha 2 square by omega 0 square. And if alpha 3 greater than this 10 by 9 alpha 2 square by omega 0 square. So, in that case this alpha will become positive and we can have a hardening type of response. So, the response will be that of a hardening type of response. So, in this case, so we have seen that in this case we have 3, or let us take a particular case, and so we have 3 zones, already this part has been discussed. So, up to this value we have, this is A versus sigma. So, up to this value, so we have a single response, and in this range we have 1, 2 and 3 response. So, out of which one can observe that this part, this part is unstable. So, we have a, this part is stable and this branch is stable. So, we can have, or we have 2 stable branch, and after this we have a single stable branch. So, between these range we have a bistable region. So, in this bistable region, depending on the initial condition, one can have the lower branch of the response or the upper branch of the response. So, one can plot the basin of attraction to know, so what will be the system response. So, in this case, now we have studied the effect of cubic and quadratic nonlinearity, that is, if the condition is like this, alpha 3 is greater than, if alpha 3 is greater than 10 by 9 alpha 2 square omega 0 square, the system will show hardening type of effect. So, if it is, if this condition holds good, then the system behave as a soft spring type of thing, then the system response will behave as or show the softening effect. And if this is equal to 0, that is alpha 3 equal to 10 by 9 alpha 2 square by omega 0 square. So, in that case we have a linear type of response, or we have linear response of the system. So, in this case we can write this response of the system u equal to a cos omega t minus gamma plus half epsilon alpha 2 by omega 0 square a square minus 1 plus 1/3 cos 2 omega t plus 2 gamma plus order of epsilon square. So, one can note that in case of cubic nonlinearity we have this same term, but in this case one may note that due to the presence of this term, that is due to the presence of minus epsilon half alpha 2 by omega 0 square a square. So, the response will not be 0, or it will not oscillate about the u equal to 0. There will be a drift from the u equal to 0 line, and that is due to the presence of this quadratic nonlinearity. So, due to the presence of the quadratic nonlinearity, so before one can plot the response like this. Now, due to the presence of this quadratic nonlinearity, so this is when quadratic nonlinearity was not there. Now, due to the presence of this quadratic nonlinearity, there will be a drift, that is this is u equal to 0, and the response will be, so one can have the response of the system this way. So, one can plot the response of the system, which will be a combination of cos omega t and cos 2 omega t. Okay. So, there is a drift here. So, this amount or this drifting is nothing but, so this magnitude equal to half. So, this is equal to half minus half alpha 2 by omega 0 square epsilon into a square. So, the oscillatory motion no longer oscillate about the line u equal to 0, but it will oscillate about this point, that is minus half epsilon alpha 2 by omega 0 square a square. So, in this case also one can study the subharmonic and superharmonic resonance condition. So, instead of taking the forcing term equal to or of the order of epsilon square. So, if one can take of this order of the linear term, that is by writing the equation in this form u double dot plus omega 0 square u equal to minus 2 epsilon mu u dot minus epsilon alpha 2 u square minus epsilon square alpha 3 u cube plus f cos omega t. So, here we have taken this forcing term of the same order as that of the linear part, and this damping of the order of epsilon, quadratic nonlinearity of the order of epsilon, and this cubic nonlinearity of the order of epsilon. So, in this case we can, by proceeding in the similar way, one can see that, or by taking this u t epsilon equal to u 0 t 0 t 1 plus epsilon u 1 t 0 t 1. So, one can consider, one can proceed and one can see that one can obtain the resonance condition when omega 0 nearly equal to 2 omega or omega 0 nearly equal to half omega. So, in this case omega 0 nearly equal to 2 omega. So, this is the superharmonic resonance condition, and this case is the subharmonic resonance condition. So, similar to the case of cubic nonlinearity, in this case of both cubic and quadratic nonlinearity also. So, one can study this effect of superharmonic and subharmonic resonance condition. So, in this case, in case of the superharmonic resonance condition, if one proceeds, so one can see the response can be obtained in this way. So, u will be equal to f by omega 0 square minus omega square cos omega t minus alpha 2 f square sin 2 omega t minus gamma by 4 omega 0 into omega 0 square minus omega square whole square into mu square plus sigma square to the power half. So, here one may note that the alpha 3 term is not present in this. So, when you are considering of the order of epsilon only. So, here if one has a weak forcing term, then or so let us take a condition when the forcing term tends to 0. So, if the forcing term tends to 0, so this f square term, this f square term tends to 0 very rapidly in comparison to the first part. So, one can obtain a response. So, if tends to 0, so one can obtain a response similar to that of the linear system similar to that of the linear system. So, here one can write this gamma equal to, so here gamma equal to tan inverse sigma by mu, where sigma is the detuning parameter and mu is the damping of the system. Similarly, in case of subharmonic resonance, so in case of subharmonic resonance, one can take this omega equal to 2 omega 0 plus epsilon sigma, and one can see or the roots of the characteristic equation or roots of the response one can obtain in this way. So, this will be minus mu plus minus alpha 2 square lambda square by omega 0 square minus sigma square by 4 to the power half. So, here this lambda equal to half f by omega 0 square minus omega square. So, here this omega is the external frequency, this omega is the natural frequency of the system, f is the amplitude of the external excitation. So, depending on this root lambda, so if this root is positive, then if the real part of this root is positive, then the system is unstable. If the real part of this root is negative, then the system is stable, and we can have different conditions, that is if sigma square greater than 4. So, from this one can get. So, if sigma square greater than 4 alpha 2 square lambda square by omega 0 square, then one can get imaginary roots also. So, due to the presence of the imaginary root, the motion will be oscillatory. So, one can get oscillatory motion. Similarly, when this sigma square or this part, let me write this way. So, if 4 alpha square lambda square by omega 0 square greater than sigma square greater than 4 into alpha 2 square lambda square by omega 0 square minus mu square. So, in this case one can get a positive response, or one can observe that the system will decay. So, it will be over damped. So, it will be the system will decay without oscillation. So, the last one, when we will get this positive root, that means, so if we consider the condition 4 alpha 2 square lambda square by omega 0 square minus mu square greater than sigma square. So, one can observe that the system response will be unstable as the response will grow beyond some bound, but in actual case the system response cannot be unbounded. So, one has to perform the linear nonlinear analysis to obtain, or one can perform further analysis, one can take additional terms to study the system response and stability of the system. So, in this case one can note that if one plot u versus t. So, when the subharmonic resonance condition is not considered, the response will have a time period of t. So, it will have a time period of t, but when you are considering the subharmonic resonance condition. So, here the response will be, if one numerically integrate and plot it. So, one can get the response of the system in this way. Okay. So, this to this, now this is one period of the system. So, this period is 2 t, unlike here the period is t. So, when one consider the subharmonic condition, then one can see the time response if one plot. So, this becomes 2 t. So, in this case, so one can see this external excitation or the pre oscillation adjusts itself to that of the external excitation, which is nearly equal to twice omega 0 of the system. So, one can solve this equation using method of multiple scale or using other different type of methods, or one can solve this equation numerically to obtain the response of the system. So, let us consider another case. So, in which we have the system with self sustained oscillation. System with self sustained oscillation. So, in this case, so the equation is similar to that of the van der Pol equation. So, let us consider the equation in this way, in this form, that is u double dot plus omega 0 square u, this is equal to epsilon u dot minus 1/3 u dot cube plus, let us take the forcing term of the order of epsilon, epsilon f cos omega t. During free vibration of the system, we have studied the free vibration response of the van der Pol type of oscillator. So, there we have seen the resulting solution is a limit cycle. So, in this case we are considering a similar equation, but we have taken the forcing into account. So, considering the primary resonance condition, that is omega nearly equal to omega 0. So, let me write using detuning parameter. So, omega will be equal to omega 0 plus epsilon sigma. So, on taking this u t epsilon equal to u 0 t 0 t 1 plus epsilon. So, let me take this way. So, epsilon u 1 t 0 t 1 and higher order terms. So, and following the usual procedure of method of multiple scale. So, we can obtain the reduced equation. So, in this case the reduced equations are of this form like this: a dash equal to half 1 minus 1 by 4 omega 0 square a square into a plus f by 2 omega 0 f by 2 omega 0 sin gamma, and then a gamma dash equal to a sigma plus f by 2 omega 0 cos gamma. So, these are the reduced equation one can obtain by using method of multiple scale. So, in this case one can eliminate this gamma term. So, by eliminating gamma term, and for steady state solution, first let us see for steady state solution, this a dash will be equal to 0 and gamma dash will be equal to 0. This u can be written in this form, u equal to a cos omega t minus gamma of the order of epsilon. So, by obtaining this a response, one can plot the response of the system. So, now one can see for steady state response, this a dash equal to gamma dash equal to 0. So, by putting a dash equal to gamma dash equal to 0 in this reduced equation, one can write half 1 minus 1 by 4 omega 0 square a square into a will be equal to minus f by 2 omega 0 sin gamma, then a sigma equal to minus half f by omega 0 cos gamma. So, now by squaring and adding, so we can get this equation. So, let us take one term, that is rho equal to 1 by 4 omega 0 square a square. By taking rho equal to 1 by 4 omega 0 square a square and squaring and adding the previous two equation. So, we obtain this equation. So, rho into 1 minus rho square plus 4 sigma square rho equal to 1 by 4 f square. So, in this case one can plot this rho versus sigma to obtain the frequency response curve of the system. So, for f equal to 0, for f equal to 0, so one can see this rho into 1 minus rho square plus 4 sigma square rho equal to 0. So, in this case either rho equal to 0 or by taking common rho, either rho equal to 0 or one can have this 1 minus rho square plus 4 sigma square equal to 0. So, in rho sigma plane, so either rho will be equal to 0 or, so from this equation one can find when sigma equal to, so one can find 1 minus rho square minus equal to 4 sigma square, and rho will be equal to 1 plus 4 sigma square root over. So, for sigma equal to 0, so we have the solution rho equal to 0 and rho equal to 1. So, rho equal to 0 and rho equal to 1. So, if one plot this rho versus sigma, so for sigma equal to 0 already we have seen. So, we have two solution. So, one solution equal to rho equal to 0 and other solution equal to rho equal to 1. So, if we go on increasing this value of f, this forcing parameter. So, if you increase this value of forcing parameter, so one can see, so one can find the value, two different value of rho for a particular value of sigma, and one can plot this. So, this is one value, one can two solution. So, one can get three solutions here. So, in one branch one can obtain this thing, and here also one can. So, one branch will start near this rho equal to 1 and other branch will start from rho equal to 0. So, it will continue. So, one branch will be like this and other solution will be this. So, if, so for example, this value is for f square equal to 1 by 8. Similarly, for f square equal to 1 by 4, one can plot another curve. So, two branch will be there. So, this will continue till, so this will continue till we have this f square equal to 16 by 27. So, in that case when it is 16 by 27, these two branch will merge and they will merge at this point, that is 0 1/3. So, this is 0 1/3. So, we will have a double point here, we have a double point here at this point, and with further increase of, so this is f square equal to 16 by 27, f square equal to 16 by 27. So, by taking higher value of sigma, that is k square nearly equal to 32 by 27, f square equal to 32 by 27. So, we can have branch like this. So, here as we have a branch like this, if one plot rho versus sigma, so one can distinguish between different zone. So, one can observe three different zone. So, up to some value of sigma one can have a single branch, then after that one can have three branches, and after which one can have a single branch. So, when we have a single branch, that is stable, when we have these two or three branches, this upper and lower stable and the middle one unstable. Similarly, the right hand side branch also one can see this is unstable. So, actual stability of this curve can be studied by perturbing this equation, and one can find whether the system is stable or unstable by plotting the response of the system. So, here for different value of rho and sigma, for different value of f, these curve have been plotted. So, one can observe that one has a only single response when f is, so for example, this is f nearly equal to 2. So, this is for f equal to 2. So, this value is f equal to 1 by 8, and in between one can have a branch where it will be one will have a double point. So, in this way one can study the response of the system for self sustained oscillation and study the stability of the system. So, to study the stability of the system, one can actually plot the response and one can see that in this zone. So, this is rho versus sigma. So, in this zone one can have the saddle point. So, here you have one will have the saddle nodes. So, here one will have stable foci. So, this is the line of rho square equal to 4 sigma square. So, here unstable node. So, one will have unstable node, here unstable foci. Rho equal to half. So, this line. So, this line is for rho equal to half. So, similar to the case what we have studied for cubic nonlinearity and the both cubic and quadratic nonlinearity, here also one can study the subharmonic and superharmonic resonance condition. So, this is left as an exercise problem, subharmonic and superharmonic resonance condition. So, this is left as an exercise problem to study the subharmonic and superharmonic resonance condition in case of the self sustained oscillation. Also one can write the force oscillation, force vibration for a 2 degree of freedom system. So, let us take this equation and it is left as an exercise problem also. So, U 1 double dot for a 2 degree of freedom system, the equation can be written in this form: U 1 double dot plus omega 1 square U 1 equal to minus 2 epsilon mu 1 U 1 plus U 1. So, taking quadratic nonlinearity, one can write this is equal to U 1 into U 2 plus F 1 cos omega 1 t plus tau 1. Similarly, U 2 double dot plus omega 2 square U 2 equal to minus 2 epsilon mu 2 U 2 dot. So, this is U 1 dot. So, this is U 2 dot plus U 1 square plus F 2 cos omega t plus tau 2. So, where this tau 1 and tau 2 are the phase difference, one can consider this omega 2 greater than omega 1 and study the response of the system. So, similar to in case of single degree of freedom system, here one can consider this U 1 equal to epsilon U 1 1 T 0 T 1 plus epsilon square U 1 2 T 0 T 2 and U 2 equal to epsilon U 2 1 T 0 T 1 plus epsilon square U 2 2 T 0 T 1 and proceed for different resonance condition. For example, if one take the resonance condition of omega nearly equal to omega 2, or one can take resonance condition of omega nearly equal to omega 1. Also one may consider the resonance condition of combination of this omega 1 plus omega 2, combination of omega 1 plus omega 2. So, different resonance condition one can study. Some of the resonance conditions are written here. So, omega 1 nearly equal to omega 2, then omega may be combination of omega 1 plus omega 2. So, this is a combination type of resonance. So, one can consider the case when this omega 2 may be nearly equal to twice omega 1. So, in that case one will observe the internal resonance condition. Internal resonance condition. So, one can study several different type of resonance condition here. So, here also one can study this subharmonic and superharmonic resonance condition 2 omega 1, 1 by 2 omega 1. Similarly, omega nearly equal to 1 by 2 omega 2, omega nearly equal to twice omega 2. So, all these resonance condition one can study for these 2 degree of freedom system. So, we have observed, unlike in case of the linear system where we have only 2 frequency in case of this 2 degree of freedom system. So, here are 2 resonance conditions. So, here in case of the nonlinear system we can have several resonance condition. So, some of them may be primary, others secondary. In secondary resonance condition one can have the subharmonic, superharmonic. In addition to that we can have this combination type of resonance condition. So, and considering the internal resonance conditions also one can get other different type of resonance condition in the system. So, one can study all those resonance condition to find the response of the system. So, next class we will study the modal reduction method to study the nonlinear vibration of multi degree of freedom system. Thank you.